Just so you know, an important date is coming up. You better prepare something for it or else. Anyways, let's go shopping. While I was out in the hills training, I learned how to do CPR. I'll use it on you to make sure that you won't be at risk anymore. Sorry, this technique takes a huge toll on me, but you should be okay now.
You better believe that this turtle is not slowing down.
Anyways, Brizzle buys a first aid kit for Brayden, bringing them to 4 lives. Brayden returns the favor and buys a first aid kit for Brizzle. Max also buys one and uses it on Angel, and Angel does the same for Max. Now, let's see who's left. Brayden overshadows everyone with their 4 lives and carries the Weebs. Meanwhile, the boys seem to be the alliance that's doing the best overall, as well as the Tomato Town despite their low numbers. Below are the betas near the bottom, but not as low as Inside and Tanker, who are very alone and close to death. The most important thing though, is that you all have plenty of sand dollars to spend on, well, you know. Maybe not for long though. The Crabocalypse Foundation is in desperate need of funding after its resurgence in members, so each of you will need to donate sand dollars to the foundation. As an incentive, the player who donates the most will be granted immunity by the crab gods in the next challenge. However, the 4 players who donate the lowest percentage of their wealth will be struck by the crab gods and lose a life. Everyone else will receive all the money that was donated redistributed equally. By the way, Max bought a charity pin for 1 sand dollar.
I put all my money into the donation because I really need this immunity. Let's just hope nobody gets in my way and there won't be any problems.
Now, let's see how generous you guys were. Pikachu, Angel, Brizzle, Brayden, Inside, Massrock, Chicken, and Taker all thought it'd be best to donate all their money just to be 100% safe. That just leaves the Tomato Town and Boys Alliance. 4 must be smitten by the crab gods. So the selfish players who donated the least are Tristan, only donating 25% of their wealth. Turtle only donating 59%, Amp only donating 74%, and finally, Brandon only donating 79%. They all are struck by the crab gods and lose a life. Meanwhile, the total sand dollars donated was 223 sand dollars, so everyone else gets 22 sand dollars each. Now you have no excuse to buy me something. And since Masterwork donated the most money, 29 sand dollars, the crab gods blessed them with immunity for the next challenge. Looking at how that affected standings, we can see that the boys in Tomato Town are crumbling. Yet Scythe still maintains their 3 lives despite their allies' low health. They better be cautious in the next challenge. Tristan won't let their alliance crumble though. They buy another first aid kit for Brandon. Oh, and while you guys are shopping, don't forget my special day coming up, you know? Might want to prepare something. Well anyways, to our next location. Welcome to heaven and the underworld. All of you are in heaven right now, but you risk going to the underworld. You don't want to go there because by the end of this challenge, the 2 players closest to heaven will receive 10 sand dollars and the 2 closest to the underworld will lose a life. First, each of you will choose 3 players to push towards the center of these 2 places. At first, this may seem like a bad thing since you're all on the heaven side, but after that happens, each player must choose someone to flip. This will flip that player to the underworld if they're in heaven, and vice versa. Don't worry though, if you're paranoid that someone will flip you to the underworld, you can choose to flip yourself back. Don't accidentally flip yourself to the wrong side though. Alright, begin. First, Turtle tells the boys to just push Amp in them since they only have 1 life and can't afford to lose it. Scythe also tells them all to flip Brayden since they're at the top of the leaderboard right now. We'll see if that plan works. Meanwhile, Angel tells the betas they're going for the money and don't want to be pushed. Max, Brizzle, and Chicken do ask to be pushed though. Masterhawk tells the Weebs they don't want to be pushed either since their immunity keeps them from losing a life and they want to go for the money. Brizzle, Brayden, and Pikachu do ask to be pushed though. Masterhawk suggests causing chaos by flipping random players outside of the alliance. The Weebs agree and choose random players to flip around to the underworld. In the original Crab Cult, Tristan asks if anyone would be willing to push them as they're on their last life. Bold information to declare loudly, but Max agrees to if they push them back. Tristan lies, saying they will. However, they've already sworn their allegiance to Brandon. Tanker also asks to be pushed since they're also on their last life. Thankfully, Chicken shows sympathy to Tanker once again and is willing to do so. Now let's see who got pushed to safety. Angel, Inside, Massrock, and Brandon better watch out. Let's see if they got flipped around. Pikachu randomly flips Inside. Angel randomly flips Tanker. Brizzle randomly flips Tristan, but Tristan was paranoid that someone would flip them, so they flipped themselves back up to safety. Brayden flips Turtle, since it's hard for those things to get off their backs. However, Inside also randomly decides to flip Turtle, bringing them back to safety. Brandon randomly flips Scythe, but Masrock flips them as well, making them safe. Tristan, still seeing Max as a threat, flips them. Amp, Scythe, and Turtle all flipped Brayden like they planned to. Except Tanker also saw Brayden at the top of the leaderboard, so they decided to flip them too. Except Max also knew how powerful Brayden was getting, so they flipped them as well. Except Chicken thought the same thing, so they flipped Brayden too. So despite all that, Brayden stays safe. Unfortunately, Brandon was paranoid that someone would flip them to danger, so they flipped themselves down below by accident. That's all the flips, which means Tanker, Brandon, and Inside lose a life. That means Tanker and Inside are fully eliminated from Sand Season 2, the only players left without a strong alliance. Take them away, bro. The Spaghetti Luigi. You missed. Why don't you just grab them slow? Anyways, Angel and Masrock win 10 sand dollars for being the closest to heaven, just like they planned. Congratulations. With only alliances left in the game, let's go see their plans for the future.
One day I'll have to betray one of my two teams, and it's going to suck. But for now, we're very much on top. Angel and I are still working tightly together.
Speaking of which, Max tells the betas they need to go after Brayden since they're a threat, but Brizzle says to hold off as they have a strong alliance with them. Max tells me, I wonder how big a threat this alliance Brizzle mentioned is. I already know Brayden's in it and that's scary enough, but the options for who else in there is kind of limited. So, guess whose special birthday it is? Mine! Let's see what you guys got me. Wow, 7 sand dollars and nuts? Thanks, Brizzle. 5 sand dollars? Cool. 2 sand dollars. Oh, and a coupon too? Another 2 sand dollars. And a golden leg of the crab idol? 2 sand dollars? And some slotted glasses? 1 sand dollar. Okay. A coupon? Masrock's cat ears? A Minecraft door? Did you get these out of your junk drawer? A Sonic furry costume? Okay. Oh, you guys forgot, huh? I guess I'm just such a forgetful person, huh? You'll regret that, because I'm joining you guys. That's right, I'm gonna be a contestant, so you ungrateful players better watch your back. With the money you generous contestants gave me, I'm buying and using challenge blocks on Amp, Scythe, Turtle, and Tristan. That means they can't pay sand dollars to get an advantage in the challenge. And as thanks for getting me great presents, I'll let the other contestants give me requests for what to do in this next challenge. The terrors of the nights have made you all desperate to stab one another alone. For 5 nights, you'll stab a player. If successful, you'll get money and leave a wound on that player. But if multiple people stab that same player, all you stabbers will stab yourselves instead, giving yourselves a wound. You also have 2 shields you can put up one night, so anyone who stabs you will stab themselves instead, while you get money. Once you receive 3 wounds on your body, you fall unconscious and are out of the challenge. Anybody attempting to stab an unconscious player will stab themselves instead. The first 3 players to fall unconscious will lose a life from their wounds. By the way, Brizzle used a Luigi clone. Now they'll be able to use an extra shield. Also, if you pay 5 sand dollars, you can attack 2 players at once for a night. Also, if you pay 2 sand dollars, you can do absolutely nothing for a night. Let's begin. First, Scythe asks Max if they can help out their ally, Amp, who's on 1 life. So Max agrees to make sure Amp doesn't get stabbed. Or does he? Brizzle tells the betas they're thinking of stabbing Amp, except Max says nothing about it. Then Scythe tells Max they're thinking of stabbing Angel, but instead of telling Scythe not to, Max goes to inform the betas of this and suggests that Angel use a shield to block it. Max also makes an agreement with Masrock to not stab each other. Despite Max's promise, he instantly stabs Masrock. Max tells me, I just stabbed Masrock by accident because my brain was incapable of typing out Amazing Pikachu correctly. I'm an idiot. Next, Scythe stabs Angel, but they have a shield. Angel stabs Scythe back, but since Masrock requested that I stab Scythe also, I did as well. Brizzle stabs Amp. Pikachu stabs Brandon. Masrock stabs Turtle, but they used a shield. Turtle stabs Brizzle. Chicken stabs Tristan. Brayden stabs Max, but so does Tristan. Finally, Brandon pays 2 sand dollars to do nothing.
Doing nothing is overpowered. Why risk accidentally stabbing yourself just for the potential to win someone?
Amp stabs Brayden, but Max asked me to pay 5 sand dollars to stab Brayden, so I did. That leaves Amp, Tristan, Masrock, and me. All we need is 1 more and we'll lose a life. Better be careful. Brandon and Max both pay $2 sand to do nothing, Max now realizing how great doing nothing is. Masrock stabs Turtle. Turtle stabs Brizzle, but they use the shield. Pikachu tries stabbing Brandon, but they also use their shield. Scythe stabs Angel, and Angel stabs Scythe back again. Except Masrock asked me to stab Scythe again, so I did. So both Angel and I lose a life, and I'm eliminated from Sand? Oh well, I guess being a contestant wasn't for me. Amp tries stabbing Braden, but they had a shield, and Brizzle stabs Amp. Sorry, Amp, that means you lose a life and are eliminated. Chicken tries stabbing Tristan, but they use the shield. Tristan and Braden try stabbing Max, but they use the shield, so Tristan loses their last life and is eliminated as well. Brandon, you have to do this for me.
My friends are all dead. I'm all alone in this world now.
You tried so hard to keep your allies alive, but you couldn't save yourself. Take them away, Spaghetti Luigi. Slowly, please. Brandon, Max, and Braden all pay $2 sand to do nothing this time. Pikachu stabs Brandon successfully. Brizzle tries stabbing Amp, not realizing they're dead. Scythe tries stabbing Angel, but they're also dead. Chicken tries stabbing Tristan, but they're dead. Masrock tries to stab Turtle, but their shield blocks it, and Masrock falls unconscious. Turtle tries stabbing Brizzle, but they use their shield, and Turtle falls unconscious. Before Night 4, Max tells the betas they figured out a secret trick, referring to doing nothing. But they don't tell them what it is for some reason. They also tell the betas that they're unconscious, which is not true. They just want people to believe they're unconscious so that they don't stab them.
I'm a little worried about Max. I have a weird feeling he's doing a lot of things in secret. We may have to deal with him sooner than later.
Brandon does nothing once again. Pikachu tries stabbing Chicken this time, but they use the shield. Max stabs Pikachu, making them go unconscious. Braden stabs Max, giving them their first wound. Brizzle stabs Scythe, but they use the shield, so Brizzle goes unconscious. Scythe tries stabbing a dead Angel, so they go unconscious. Chicken stabs Braden, making them go unconscious. Brandon does nothing for the last time. Max tries stabbing my corpse. Finally, Chicken tries stabbing Brandon, but they use the shield, so Chicken goes unconscious. So Brandon and Max are the last alive! Too bad you get nothing for surviving. Max finally reveals to the betas that they lied to them so that people would believe they were unconscious. Chicken calls out Max for being very suspicious. Max then brings up the fact that Brizzle is in a whole nother alliance without them. But Brizzle says that at least they've been telling them about it. They say this is the second time Max has made a confession to this alliance. Tension builds in the betas, and Brizzle privately tells Angel they're losing faith in Max's loyalty. As you can see, the Tomato Town has fallen, leaving only Brandon left. The boys only have Scythe and Turtle left, while the betas and weebs thrive. You'll notice despite everybody constantly targeting Brandon, they still have 4 lives. Well, next round, I'm gonna leave the video making to you guys. I'm tired of doing this all by myself. You need to pull your weight. Find out in the next episode what those videos will look like. Will anyone try to sabotage a video? Can the betas make up? Which alliance will prevail? Better watch the video to find out. Thanks Brizzle, Max Fecto, the Mighty Chicken, and Sounds Awesome Bozo for supporting my channel by hitting that join button. Bye!